This episode of Grip Tips is brought to you by Lightbulb Grip. We're back. I'm Dave Donaldson. Welcome back to Grip Tips. Today we're going to learn how to skin a frame. Sometimes it's easier just to pull out a pre-made piece of diffusion and throw it in front of a light, and that's what today's episode is all about when we learn how to skin a frame. For this tutorial, you're going to need white gaff tape, snot tape, a Sharpie, diffusion or a gel, the 4x4 open frame, and a C-stand. For today's example, we're going to be using 216 diffusion, but you can also use just a regular gel like CTB or CTO. The C-stand in this tutorial is completely optional, but there's a trick that I learned when researching how to do this, and I'd like to give it a try. Now, before I go any further, I rented this frame locally here in Detroit, and it was completely gunked up from what looks like to be years of gaff and snot tape. So first I'm going to restore this frame by rubbing it down with acetone. It's about $13 for a giant bottle, and when using acetone, make sure you're outside in a well-ventilated area. Also wear gloves. AKA be safe, you do this at your own risk. Because it's cold as balls here in Michigan right now, I heated up the adhesive with a blowtorch first. Then I applied the acetone to a rag and just started wiping away. Some spots still had gaff tape tabs, some spots had to be aggressively wiped to get it off. You basically just wipe it down until it's clean. I recommend doing this before you skin any frame. Your local grip house and your key grip will thank you for it. Now that the frame is clean, we can set up our C-stand by taking the arm and placing the holes of the grip head over the biggest leg of the stand. Then we take our biggest riser and move it up about 2 feet. And then we take our 4x4 open frame and mount it to the C-stand, but before locking the frame in place, make sure that you point the frame downward and directly over the biggest leg of the C-stand. Now, this was the trick I was told to do. You're going to lower the C-stand riser just enough so that it starts to bend the open frame over the C-stand leg. Don't put a lot of pressure, but just enough so that it starts to bend. The reason for this is that when we take our frame off of the stand, the frame will bounce back into its original shape and therefore stretching the diffusion or gel tighter against the frame. Next, we will take our 1-inch white gaff and lay it on all 4 sides of the frame. If you don't have 1-inch gaff, remember, you can rip 2-inch gaff horizontally. Then take the snot tape and go over the gaff the same way on all 4 sides. We'll now take our top piece of snot tape and peel the brown backing off of it. Next, grab the roll of diffusion or gel that you'll be using as the skin, start from the top on one corner and stretch it tight to the other corner while holding the other side. We now roll over the entire frame and cut the diffusion roll off when we reach the bottom. We'll also cut off any excess that we don't need just to clean it up. You basically just want to make sure that the diffusion or the gel that you're using is cut out to the exact same size as the frame. Take a bullet or grip clip and roll the diffusion back a little bit and clip it. This is really just going to give us some room to work. Then we'll take the backing off the bottom snot tape strip. 86 the bullets, grab the diffusion and lay it tightly against the bottom part of the frame. Then you will release the bend that the C-stand is giving and remove the rest of the snot tape backing on the other sides of the frame. Don't forget to run your hands over the diffusion so that the snot tape will adhere to it. Last but not least, grab a Sharpie and label the diffusion or gel that is skinned to the frame on opposite corners. So either top left and bottom right or top right, bottom left. Doesn't really matter, just label it somewhere where it's noticeable. Additionally, and this is totally up to you, I'll actually go back and take 2-inch white gaff and go over the entire frame again, laying it on one side and wrapping it around to the other. This to me is just ensuring that on a windy day, if the snot tape fails, the gaff tape is there to back it up. Is it more work than you need to do? Yeah, but again, this is just a personal preference. You don't have to do it. Now you have skinned a frame that's an easy grab-and-go solution. Usually you'll have somewhere between 5 to 10 of these preloaded on a truck, depending on what your cinematographer likes to see all the time, as opposed to grabbing rolls, cutting them, using them on lights, rolling them back up at the end of the day, and trying to keep them safe on a truck, which is just impossible, and it takes up way too much time that you don't have already. But we'll talk about gel organs and how to build them in a later episode. So if you'd like to see more episodes on skinning a frame, you can check out Luke Seerveld's Meet the Gaffer. He has just a ton of other videos that are all grip and electric related, so I'll leave a link to that one in the description below. Sponsors? Lightbulb Grip is a lighting rental house based in Brooklyn, New York, and they're dedicated to the education and safety on all film sets. If you have any questions about rigging, on-set safety, or even gear that you've seen in today's episode, you can contact them by heading over to their website at www.lightbulbgrip.com. Na sueña la pizzeria. So just real quickly, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but I have a bunch of scratches all over my arm, and that's because we picked up a puppy just in this past couple of weeks. And he's adorable, he's fun, and he's also a pain in the ass. But that is all that I have for you guys today. If you like today's episode, you can please leave a comment in the section below, or you can follow me on my Twitter right here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you every week right here on Grip Tips. Just close your eyes.